Hey guys, real quick, let's go over some jokes that we've pitched to Jerry that he didn't want. He passed on these.
Okay. I got one. Isn't it frustrating that the words 1 and 2 are 3 letters long? Even worse, the word 3 is 5 letters long. Gee whiz, little numbers. Don't be so greedy. Can't you be like 4 and only take as many letters as the number you represent?
That's good. Jerry didn't want it.
No.
Well, go ahead, Gabe. What are you going to say?
Oh, he passed on.
He passed on
that.
He passed on that.
Okay.
So I think he should have taken it, and I think he should have paid you $15 for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's reasonable.
Yeah. He's very observant about all kinds of little things.
Yeah.
So maybe especially that would be a good area for him to sort of branch out into is like math
numbers,
kind of
sort
stuff.
of humor.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Those are some of the smallest things out there.
Yeah.
When I pitched it to Jerry, Gallagher was kind of nearby, and I could see that he was kind of like
he
wanted me to pitch it to him.
Oh, okay.
Afterwards,
but he was too shy to ask.
Well, he didn't want to stoop to that, I think.
Oh,
Gotcha.
yeah.
But I didn't pitch it to him because that's too good for Gallagher.
Mm-hmm. Gabe?
Ever had bad Chinese food? Kung Pao, more like Kung Blech. Lo mein? I'd say this mein blows.
Blow mein.
Like blow mein. General Tso, he'd be Corporal So in my army.
Corporal. Oh, wow. You really busted
him down. And, changed his name to an, insult, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But Jerry didn't. Yeah, he didn't want it. So.
Huh. Should Jerry have taken that? Does that make sense?
It's pretty good. I think it's pretty.
It's really. I don't think it's a matter of
it could slot
good
right
or
into
not.
his set pretty easily. I think.
It's just, does it ring Jerry to me? And I'm trying to think.
You're saying it doesn't ring Jerry?
It doesn't ring Jerry to me. You know?
I do. I mean, I know what you mean.
Sure.
It seems more like, because it's like wordplay stuff.
Yeah.
Seems like it should. You should have talked to maybe George Carlin or something.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
You should have pitched that to George Carlin
Or Kelly Carlin.
Okay,
his daughter.
Okay, now if I want to. If I was going to pitch it to Kelly, how much should I ask for?
Do you usually put that in the pitch?
Well, but if she says, "Oh, I like it," she shows interest depending on.
So, but you don't want to offer. You want her to make the
right. That's what I'm
offer.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
What should you accept?
If she throws a number out,
what's within the range of reasonable?
Like, do you think it would be?
Well, for Kelly, that kind of a joke is going to be a huge boon. I think like $1,000.
$1,000. Okay,
that's good. That joke is going to be. What?
Yeah. No, that's okay.
I probably would have been happy with about $15.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It was $15.
15. Okay. Yeah. Okay, within the range of like
between $1,000 and $15.
Josh, Jerry passed on one of your jokes too, right?
Yep. I said holidays are tricky if you're on any kind of self-improvement program. I bet serial killers who are trying to straighten up and turn over a new leaf get nervous at certain times of the year, like if their birthday's coming up.
Wait, what? You're going to have to say that to me again.
Holidays are tricky if you're on any kind of self-improvement program. Let's say you're dieting or you're, not drinking. Or something like that. You're coming up on a holiday.
Yes.
I bet serial killers who are trying to straighten up and turn over a new leaf get nervous at various points in the year. Like if their birthday's coming up.
Yeah. Because they would like to kill on their birthday. And so... But they're trying not to.
Yeah,
birthday's
they're like,
coming up.
I'm just trying to get my life in order.
Okay.
But they're like, damn it, my birthday's coming.
That.
I mean, it's not going to be really my birthday unless I,
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like most of my other birthdays.
Right.
Am I celebrating if I'm not like taking another person's life? Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's tricky.
Too heady for Jerry.
Yeah.
Oh, really? You think it's too much of a thinker?
It's too much of a thinker. I think it's more of like a cannot remember his last name right now.
Cosby.
His first name is Bill.
You were just thinking
His first
Bill,
name
Bill,
is
Bill.
Bill Hicks.
This is more of a Bill Hicks
It's more of a
bit?
Bill Hicks bit. It's dark and the thinker.
Yeah. That reminds me, guys. What's a sarcastic comment that Jerry has made to you during a movie?
Well, we went to see Couples Retreat back in 2009, and he was asking for some of my snacks that I had brought in, and so I gave him some Bunch of Crunch, and he looked at his hand, and then he looked at me, and he looked at his hand, and he goes, "Oh, Bunch of Crunch, my favorite," and then he ate them.
Was it? So it
Wow.
wasn't his favorite. He's being sarcastic.
I don't know. I
Sure.
still have never really cleared it up with him,
Yeah.
but
It can be hard to touch on those things, you know.
mhm.
That's very unkind of Jerry. And then he ate it. Because that's
Yeah.
the thing is if you're like, well, you don't like it. Don't
Right.
eat it.
Yeah, otherwise it was a pretty good movie experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Peter
couples
Serafinowicz
retreat,
is-
couples retreat.
Yeah.
Isn't it right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Vince Vaughn.
Hmm.
I love Vince Vaughn.
Oh, he's
Yes.
great. He's great.
For me, I guess maybe Jerry doesn't do this with you guys, but for me, it's every movie we see in the theaters when the credits roll, he goes, "Oh, so that's the end."
Wait,
Really?
he
So
just doesn't believe it.
He just does it every time.
oh, it's just a bit. It's just a bit he does.
I guess.
Yeah. Oh, so that's the end.
Oh, so that's the end.
Yeah.
Weird.
Like what movies has he done that with? Anything?
Inception.
specific? Inception.
Well,
Well, that's a good. That makes
yeah.
sense.
yeah. Oh, so that's the end. That
The
was a
little
good one.
The spinning top.
That was a good one.
well, no,
Yeah.
but the spinning top. It's like
I know. That's what I'm saying. That one makes
yeah.
sense.
Oh,
For
okay.
him.
Oh.
It's a good one. Yeah, yeah.
But then Lego Movie. He's like,
Oh.
so that's the end. That's another good one too, actually.
Yeah.
yeah.
The-
Just kind of ambiguous.
the dad is there's real people. It stops being Lego Movie and becomes dad and little boy movie. Have
But
you
the-
ever seen Lego Movie?
But
Yeah,
they're playing Legos.
Yeah, but it's
It's still a Lego movie. Caleb,
different.
What more do you want?
I don't think so.
It's different.
What?
They should call it Glue Movie.
Hmm.
Yeah, so anyway. It's just every time.
Yeah.
Every
It's
time.
that remark.
And you're
There's
sick of
other
it.
ones in there, but I thought I would get that one out of the way.
Yeah. I had one. We went to see, the 1933 King Kong together, and they're coming up to that huge gate, the wall on the island, and everything. They're sacrificing Fay Ray, and he goes, "As though there's a monkey that big, sure."
Yeah.
Just from the outset was
Yeah.
not
He's just like, no.
not buying
Yeah.
it.
But then the monkey shows up, and I mean, you should have seen Jerry's face. He was
Sure.
just he was chastened
actually terrified.
at the
Yeah.
at the sight of this, at the monkey actually showing up, and so he was pretty quiet for the rest of the movie. That
Yeah.
kind of.
So he believed that was a real monkey.
Well, then we were leaving the theater, and he said, "I guess they probably figured out a way to fake that huge monkey." But I could tell that he was kind of leaving the
Yeah.
door open for me to say,
Sure.
"No, that was a real monkey." But he was like, "Yeah, so it's probably they probably figured out some way of making that monkey like it was a fake monkey. It wasn't real."
Right.
Okay.
And I was like, "Right, yeah, no, that was the monkey wasn't. No, it's not real."
Did you find out if Jerry had ever seen a monkey, like a real life monkey ever? Or was this his first
That didn't really.
time?
I didn't want to press. I didn't
Okay.
want to press it. It felt like a little tenuous. He felt like he was a little sensitive about.
Yes.
Because maybe he's thinking,
Yeah.
well, I've only ever seen monkeys on screen,
Mhm.
and it's hard to have a sense of scale.
Right.
Right.
there.
Yeah.
So maybe they are just that large.
Maybe they're
Yeah.
huge. I was thinking also like maybe he'd never seen a monkey move.
And like
And he
do
was
its
like-
eyes, and it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
He'd
like
never
weird
seen a monkey
expressions.
move or emote.
Yeah.
And so he was like, okay, that's how they do it.
yeah.
And now that I'm thinking about it, an argument could be made that it's not really a monkey.
No,
Do you think it's more of an ape?
I think he's an
It's
ape.
an ape. It
King
is an
Kong?
ape.
Probably an ape.
that's true. Why are we saying monkey
It's like a
so
gorilla.
much?
Well, that's what Jerry said.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
the
He's
nomenclature.
not too
Worried.
careful about some of those things.
Yeah.
Categories.
Season 2, episode 11, The Chinese Restaurant.
Everybody loves Seinfeld. Loves Seinfeld. George, Jerry, Kramer, and Elaine with Gabe, Caleb, and Josh.
Hey everybody, welcome to Everybody Loves Seinfeld. That's 1S, the podcast about Seinfeld for Seinfeld. Hi Jerry. I'm your host, Josh, and for $50, I put my face in their soup and blow. I'm joined by Caleb
Hi, Jerry.
and Gabe.
Hi, Jerry.
Guys, how are you doing this week?
Just fine. How are you? Caleb, how are you?
I'm well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're enjoying your week?
I don't know if I'd say that, but I am well right now.
Okay.
Better than Josh.
Josh seems to be having a little difficulty.
Just a little
Yeah.
digestion.
Yeah. It's just what happens to...
It is kind of interesting to me.
Yeah.
That you realize kind of why hosts of shows aren't usually just like guzzling beer.
Mm-hmm. I don't know that guzzling's really fair.
Okay.
I would not characterize what Josh is doing as guzzling.
I would say
Okay.
demurely
Yeah.
sipping occasionally.
Yes.
But yeah, okay. Enough.
But enough of that. It's time for Seinfeld news.
Okay.
AP News, Manhattan. Jerry Seinfeld have 3 beers at Buffalo Wild Wing. He pretend to punch waitress. Manager tell him leave.
What?
There's more. Shut up.
Jerry Seinfeld say, let me stay. I signed 20 beer mats. Manager tell him sign 40, stay. Jerry Seinfeld spit on floor and leave. And for 3 blocks, talk to Moon about Trials of Fame. That is Seinfeld news.
Wow.
Wow.
They're getting more... I guess, have they started paying people by the word and they're trying to like cut corners or something? AP News.
They're paying people by the word. And so now, but not.
By the published word.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. There you go.
What do you mean? What otherwise? What
Well,
would
they're
it be?
paying. They're paying people.
They get a story
Uh-huh.
and then they just cut out words.
Oh,
so they
I
can
see.
pay
I
them
see what you're
less.
saying. The editors are.
Yeah.
yes,
But I was also going to say they're paying by the word. So maybe they're hiring, I don't know, Neanderthals or something. You know,
I see.
people that don't speak too good.
Yeah.
people that are already going to keep
Yeah.
it short.
Oh
Yeah. Okay. That's another way to do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That would be the smart thing to
It's
do.
like Geico.
Hey.
AP News is so easy a caveman could do it.
Exactly.
But then, yeah.
I mean, they probably would shorten that tagline a little bit.
Mhm.
They'd probably just cut down on
A
Yeah.
a
couple
few of
words.
those words.
Yeah.
Easy.
Because
AP
Geico
News.
also pays by the word.
Easy caveman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Easy caveman.
Fascinating. And
easy caveman.
Was-
Easy.
did he spit? Sorry, can you remind me? Did he spit on the floor?
caveman. Shh.
Did he spit on the
Caveman.
floor before or after he offered
It was.
to
They said
sign the beer mats?
he said I'll do 20 beer mats, and they said 40, and then after that
He spat on the
that's
floor.
when he spat on the floor and left.
Okay, I gotcha. That's interesting.
Yeah.
That feels, he can get in an attitude. He can be in a
Well, especially
A
when
funk like that.
he have 3 beers.
3 beers
Yeah,
is
I
a
mean,
lot
that's-
for Jerry.
Yeah.
belligerent.
He's not much of a drinker.
No, certainly not.
Let's get on to our first segment. What's Newman with you guys?
What's Newman? What's Newman? What's Newman with you guys?
Caleb, what's Newman with you?
So this week, interesting find. Well, it's not my find. It's really someone sent it to me. So I did go back and listen to the Raj and the Buggies, Raj and the Buggies
Yeah.
song, "Why Donut in the Walmart parking lot."
Right.
Ah,
But more interesting than the original
Mm.
or the one on the record, a friend of mine, or a listener rather, I'd say they're a friend if they
Mhm.
listen.
wow!
I don't think
You
I
guys
have
just got
any-
promoted.
I don't think I have
Hey,
any
friends.
enemies listening.
Yeah.
But they heard us talking about it last week and sent to me a rare demo
Oh.
of what was to become why donut in the Walmart parking lot?
Right.
Why
And
donut?
so
Why donut in the parking lot? Why what?
why donut in the Walmart parking
Okay.
lot?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Why donut we donut? And I mean, maybe that they should have got.
I don't know.
Yeah,
This is what
yeah,
they did.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
So it's not on me.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Just-
I'm not.
Can you? Are you? Is there any other context for it?
So there's some notes right at the top because it's Raj is making the demo
Gotcha.
to show to the
Okay.
Okay.
the lads,
Okay.
as you'll see.
Those. How many were there?
There's 18.
18 lads from where were they from?
It's Littleton, I think.
Littleton.
Lads from Littleton.
The lads
the
from
18 lads from Littleton.
Yeah,
Wow.
Okay.
I think.
So here we go. This is Why Donut in the Walmart parking lot.
Hey lads, it's Rog Buggy. I woke up with a bit of inspiration this morning. I got up, put me trousers on, went down and made me a cup of tea. And in the tea, a kind of bright light shone and radiated out and up into my eyes, each of my individual eyes, which is not how I usually think of my eyes. But all of a sudden a vision came upon me, a vision of a great big store, a huge store full of huge items. Not that store, I said. And then my vision switched over to a different kind of store, which was still quite big, but not quite as big as the first store. Mainly, the items in the store were of usual quantity and quality. But the store, it also had this great vast parking lot. And I decided to write a song about it. So I hope that this store, Walmart, does become something in the future. Now, please take a listen. Why donut in the Walmart parking lot? 'Cause space, your space is what they got. Why donut in the Walmart parking lot? 'Cause space, your space is what they got. I prefer the Kmart parking lot. 'Cause space, your space is all they got. Thanks for listening to my song. I hope in the future there's plenty of different kinds of marts, Wall and K and otherwise. Cheers!
Oh, that's
Wow.
Interesting, huh?
What a gem.
yeah.
that's great. It was really an adventure to listen to his accent kind of
Sure.
go all over.
It's kind of
Yeah.
a tour of the whole, all the British Isles.
Well,
over there.
he was, his upbringing was rough.
Right.
Yeah,
Moved
all
around a
over the
lot.
Moved
place.
around a lot.
Yeah.
Got beat
Yeah.
up for one accent. Had to
Yeah.
kind of try to switch.
Yeah.
But then he got to a point where anywhere he went, some people would listen to him talk and just
Beat him up.
they would start cracking their knuckles.
Well, and
Yeah.
then that kind of actually, I heard that kind of became another problem where it's like his brain was all messed up, and that's why he talked all messed up like that. or
Yeah,
something.
he was talking
He
like
had huge brain problems.
Yeah.
you're just like because like you hear him at the beginning, and that's the thing that's part of it is like he'd play a song,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it would go differently
Mhm.
during the song,
Mm,
and then
interesting.
so that he'd start off in that you can hear kind of how it all dips and
Yeah.
dives.
Yeah.
He starts off one way, plays a song differently, and then comes back and it's different again.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And you just don't know what you're
Yeah.
getting with Raj Buggy.
Yeah.
I also thought it was kind of amazing. I mean, I had forgotten the characteristic of Raj Buggy. He's kind of savage. Like he
Yeah.
does shots that he fires right at Kmart at the end.
Yeah.
Oh
'Cause
yeah,
he says that
All they have
is
is
space. Like Walmart, there's plenty of space.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah.
space,
Yeah.
but they just have really big parking lots. But
Right.
Kmart, it's like
No.
not really necessarily a big parking lot.
Right.
It's just empty.
Yeah, it's
Nobody
everything they
there.
have, and inside too. I think too.
Yeah. Plenty of space. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's also very interestingly sort of one of the first British guys to be influenced by Randy Newman in a significant way.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
It sounds like he's like, oh, you know what? I'll just, I don't know. I'll just
But-
do it.
we're also, we're given a little bit of a glimpse into the fact that he can apparently see through time. So, that could,
With the right cup of tea.
right. Which those British people go crazy for their tea,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but
It's crazy that it happened.
Yeah.
That song, we can sit here and make sense of that
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
Because for years,
It just didn't make
people
any
were
sense.
like,
they had no idea.
Yeah. Everybody
They were
who
like-
was listening to these demos.
yeah. I heard Sam Walton did.
That's the founder of Walmart.
Oh, he was one of the listeners. He was
I-
into the buggies.
I heard he heard it.
Yeah. You heard that he
Interesting. I heard that he heard it and then he actually invested a lot of money into
Yeah.
trying to make sure that this message gets back to Raj Buggy back in the mid-century when he came up with this
Right.
song,
Yeah, yeah.
because Sam Walton was worried that he wouldn't come up with the idea for
right.
the Marts
Yes.
unless he got the idea
Mhm.
from the song. So it's that whole
Yeah.
time paradox thing.
Yeah.
Where he's like, well, if I don't hear the Raj Buggy
Right.
song, then I
Yeah.
don't come up with Walmart.
Right.
Yes.
And if I don't come up with Walmart, then I can't afford to pay to develop all the technology to hear the Raj Buggy song.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But he did, and it all worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that in the future we're going to have more opportunities to hear songs
Yes.
that Raj Buggy created by having a cup of tea and seeing into the future.
Seeing into
Yeah.
the future a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
About very specific things.
Yeah.
But also guiding what he's seeing.
Well, apparently,
somewhat.
Yeah.
Very
He
well.
sees one thing and then goes, no, not that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's true. He's selective. He's a man of discerning
Right.
taste.
It's almost
This is not his first rodeo.
it's
apparently.
almost like while he was like describing it, he thought he figured out that maybe he was describing something,
Something
else.
else.
Right. Right. Sure.
Yeah.
And it's,
But it didn't have time to go back and
no,
was kind of
take-
pressed for time, maybe.
just needed to make it happen.
Tape. It's real tape. It's
Yeah, yeah.
analog. It's
Yeah, yeah.
all
It seems like that, but I believe him.
okay.
Gabe, how about you, man?
I was at the store and I was buying a bottle of wine, and I put the bottle of wine down on the checkout thing,
Mhm.
and the gal picked it up and then rang it up, and she rang the wine, rang,
Ring, ring.
yeah, she rang it up, and then she looked at me and she goes, "I'm a minor," and I thought, okay.
She's, I have to go mine.
The wine is for me. I'm not giving you the wine. I'm going to take the wine. I'm buying it. And then she looked at the wine and looked at me and she goes, "I can't sell you this." And I was like, oh, okay. Now I understand.
Yeah, yeah.
But there was just a moment, first of all, having somebody kind of, she didn't yell it at me, but
Right.
it was like at a slightly higher
Yeah.
than normal volume, say, "I'm a minor,"
Yeah.
is like alarming.
Yeah.
like, there's
no.
yeah.
I didn't think this
Yeah.
was headed anywhere
No.
where that
No,
would
it's
be an important.
totally like very disarming,
She's not old enough to be attractive.
right? But
Yeah.
also, it's just
Yeah.
it's just not something you want
No,
said to you.
right.
In
You
that-
don't want
in that
you
tone.
don't want somebody reinforcing
Yeah,
like with feeling.
Yeah.
The fact that they're a minor.
Yeah.
Where it seems like you might have a problem with that.
sure, yeah,
Yeah.
or
or
that-
maybe you don't have enough of a problem with it.
For me, guys, mine this week is Caleb and I are starting a business. It's called Zero Diarrhea Cider Pressing,
Yes.
and we're very excited.
Yep.
wow,
Yeah,
It's
um,
yeah. But I do want to.
So hang on.
What?
No.
What's the problem?
I will stop down here.
Okay.
And so when I think about cider pressing, I think that there's like a lot of, cider pressing is a fun experience.
Right.
There are some challenges and trials that are attached to it.
Yeah.
But I definitely, in my mind, diarrhea is nowhere near the top of that list. I don't
Really?
know.
Well,
No, not in my experience.
Well, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
The point of it isn't to go, we know everyone has a problem with diarrhea when they are pressing cider. The point of it is to go, hey, if you thought of it, just be assured there's no
Don't worry about it.
There's no diarrhea
Yeah, right.
involved.
Well,
with
and
the
I did
cider
want to
pressing.
mention that ultimately the name of the company isn't a guarantee. It's more of just an aspiration.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that feels
It's an aspiration because it is when you are pressing cider, you might be straining. Like you're gonna strain a little bit.
Yeah.
And
I've-
so if you have come to the cider pressing and
Right.
you haven't and
because you put
you
them in
haven't
that-
thought ahead
Yeah.
and you've done certain things,
Yeah.
then it might
Well, I don't know.
the pressing
That's-
might trigger something in you, but that's on you.
Yeah. And I was also just, and that's one angle that we thought about it and talked about it extensively from.
Yes.
But then the other one was just from like, if your cider is contaminated, because that's a huge concern.
Right.
Yeah.
It is.
And then that could lead to some digestive.
Right.
Not going to happen though
yeah.
with ours.
So,
But we
I
do-
Well, no, I mean, we don't want to say it quite like that. We've talked about this. We don't want to phrase it quite that way. Like,
all we want to say
say
is
it like it
zero
won't-
diarrhea. Is have it part of the name is zero.
right.
Yes. Zero diarrhea.
Diarrhea, cider pressing. So-
okay.
Asterisk.
So how are you getting around? Because I feel like
aspirational?
right. I feel like that's the thing. Is like it's kind of misleading
Mm.
if you're saying zero diarrhea.
I think
So,
everybody's like,
do you-
cool. No, I
No.
think everybody's like, that's
People-
a good idea.
People we've shown it to are like,
no,
that is
zero.
nice.
Wouldn't that be great?
It's
I
nice to
would-
be assured that there's zero diarrhea.
that's
Well,
that's
hold
what
on.
I'm.
That's not what we're saying.
I know that's not what we're saying,
Yeah.
but that's what people think.
People
that's
are
what-
like, nice idea. That's a good idea.
that's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's exactly the
That's
problem.
a world I
Caleb,
want to live in.
is that people might think that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you're doing everything in your power to create that illusion.
Illusion, but then we step it back.
Can
when
I-
people come and say,
I-
are you guaranteeing this? We say, it's more of an aspiration.
I don't want to criticize without offering a solution.
Yeah, thank
Okay.
you.
So
Thank you.
here's a solution.
Okay.
I think that if you make some slight changes to the name, you can get away with it. If you change the name
Mhm.
to zero diarrheas, like a possessive,
Mm. Okay, keep
Of it.
going. Keep going.
but zero diarrheas cider pressing.
right.
It does, of course,
and the-
require
a
one of you to
mascot.
change your name
Oh.
to zero diarrhea.
Yeah.
So yeah, then we have to be. That seems
Well, I'll be zero.
Zero.
okay. I mean, I do like this business idea because we have it. It doesn't stop at cider pressing.
Sure.
We have a
Wow.
whole plan. like those trampoline parks,
Right.
You can
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
We could do zero diarrheas trampoline
Yeah.
park. Zero diarrheas. I mean, another one would be like digestive aid
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
or
Well,
something,
okay.
or zero
Like an
diarrhea.
Imodium, like a variant on Imodium.
Yeah, or
And-
zero diarrheas. Flowers.
Make sure you just sniff right inside that mic. Okay, if you could actually get into the mic.
I'm
Now-
sorry.
I actually can't think of a single business model that would not be improved by the removal of diarrhea from the equation. So I think you guys are onto something.
I get it. I get it.
No.
Okay. No, so you want keep Josh, get rid of me, like usual.
Right.
What? Oh, I see what you're
Yeah.
saying. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
No, I'm
You think
I'll be
it-
there. I'll
okay,
be there.
good,
Day
good.
one when you guys are pressing,
Yeah. When we
straining
start-
and pressing.
Right.
Well, yeah, okay.
Guys, it's time for us to get to our first real segment It's the synopsis.
Now it's time to summarize the episode of Seinfeld. Synopsis.
Here we go on the synopsis, guys. Let's get to our initial thoughts, guys. I'm sick of coming up with all these stupid requirements.
I don't believe it.
You didn't get cowed by the wet line boy? Wet line-
Cowed? Okay. What does
Mail
that
boy.
mean? Is that
Being cowed? Well, why don't we let Caleb describe it?
Yeah.
It's a word he likes to use.
he does?
What do you mean? You get
My chair's squeaking
you
a
get
lot.
like
It's okay.
intimidated by.
But like, what's intimidating about cows?
No, you become a cow.
You become a cow.
I am a cow.
You are cowed.
You got cowed.
Mm,
yeah.
you just got
You got
cowed.
cowed, dude.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Weird. I don't know about that.
Yeah. So
Mm.
so anyway, I've just and I don't feel like they're working. Like I don't feel like it's actually
Mm.
producing more interesting thoughts. If I'm being totally honest.
The restrictions and guidelines of
Yes. Of all of, so
the
anyway,
first thoughts, initial thoughts.
I don't think it's making you guys more creative. And I feel like I'm failing you there. And also on this one, I have no incentive. Like I don't have
okay.
a song
Okay.
to incentivize you. So I think whatever guidelines and requirements I put forward, you guys will just ignore
Yeah,
And
that's
not
kind
do.
of true.
because there's nothing at stake.
Yes.
But I did come up with a requirement.
Oh wow,
So
amazing! Even though you didn't want to.
I didn't want to, but it's
Okay.
it's my job.
Thank you. Thanks for your service.
Yes. Do a haiku containing your initial thoughts. I don't expect
What
you to
is
do it.
What is it?
It's 575,
That's right.
but I don't expect you guys to do it. I expect you guys to run roughshod all over the rules and guidelines that you simply
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Nope, I forgot the first one. I forgot the first
That
thing
you
that
simply ignore and just do whatever the hell you want.
It's
Yeah,
hard to
right,
keep
right.
it all in
This
my
is
head.
going
hard
to
to
take
keep
a
it all in my
long.
I know. Just
It's
wait.
going
I
to
can
take
do
a
it.
long time, and that's not what I wanted. I thought.
Now I'm forgetting when I remember the first one.
Mhm.
I forget the other
Mhm,
two
mhm, mhm.
that I came up with. No Kramer this ep. Oh man, golly.
No Kramer this app.
No Kramer this
this
ep.
app.
No Kramer this ep. I wish I had George's pants. Elaine shares nice tail.
Okay, I have mine. I think it works.
Okay, let's hear it.
Good episode.
Good.
Holy smokes.
I like George in this.
Okay,
one.
hold on. So now
That's-
that's
that's at
four
4
syllables.
syllables.
Wait,
That's
what?
not- Good episode is 4.
Good.
Good.
Okay, I know how to fix
so
it. I know how to fix it. Good episode, bud.
This is
Something
a
I was
haiku
already doing.
directly
Good episode, bud.
for Larry David.
Yeah. I like. Let's see if I'm doing it right.
Okay.
I like George in this one, bud. He's like Woody, bud.
He's like Woody Bud. Yeah, works.
Haiku poets hate this one trick.
Just add bud on, dude.
Just add bud.
Just add bud on, dude.
That's really good.
And what I mean by that is there's a line. So this is when they're trying to figure out who's going to try to bribe
Yeah.
the manager, the maitre d'. Oh no, I can't do it. I'm not good at these things. I get flustered. Once I tried to bribe an usher at the roller derby. I almost got arrested. I was like, that's Woody Allen.
Yeah.
He's just doing, Jason
Oh, no,
Alexander is just doing
Every
Woody
once in
Allen
a
doing
while,
that.
it really
Right.
comes, but that is absolutely. Oh no, I
can't do it. Josh, can you do some tech savvy Woody,
Woody
Allen?
Allen.
Yeah. This is Josh's premier character.
So I updated my iOS the other day.
Cool.
You're
Wow.
tech-savvy.
Yeah.
Someone allowing their phone to be updated.
It's the brand new one.
I had to download the other day. I was trying to download a developer profile on my phone so I could get the beta.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I felt like a beta.
That's good.
There you go. Yeah.
Good tech savvy Woody Allen. Guys, we've got to get moving here.
Okay. Thank you.
Let's get on. So great job. There's no reward of any kind.
Okay.
But
Can I get one of Caleb's songs that he used? Caleb, can I have one of your songs?
No.
Gabe, are we still waiting on
No.
you, or did you? No, you did yours.
I shared
Yeah,
mine.
yeah. You
It
did
was
your-
it
yeah,
was
it was great.
quite good.
Okay,
Yes.
guys, we're gonna run
Bud.
through a summary.
It was pretty good, bud.
It's quite good, bud. Let's get through our summary. George, Jerry, and Elaine are going to a movie. Elaine is very hungry. George has trouble with Tatiana. She is mad because George did not degrade her. He needs to use the phone to call her to apologize for not degrading her.
Mm.
Jerry has abandoned his uncle who has invited him for dinner. Such is his desire to watch Plan 9 from outer space, his lust for making sarcastic comments, that he will lie to a blood relation. They put their name in at a Chinese restaurant, but it seems like everyone else is getting a table before them. The three slowly lose their minds as they're caught in a kind of hell on earth. They suffer without ever understanding why. Their wait will be 5 to 10 minutes, and that phrase, 5 to 10 minutes, begins to gain horrifying significance as the futility of this Kafkaesque drama unfolds. We learn that the women's movement just can't seem to make any progress in the world of bribery when Elaine fails to bribe the host. George cannot gain access to a phone and loses faith in society as an institution. All of their plans fall apart. They leave. Only when they leave is the spell broken, and we hear Seinfeld, Party of Four. Only by leaving could they gain access to what they want, but leaving, of course, prevents their access to what they want. This is the core truth of this episode. It is, again, as we learned from Richard Yates, a story about the crushing of the human heart. That's the summary, guys. Now it's free time.
Yeah, I mean that
Ooh, stretch out.
certainly summarizes the feeling that this episode evokes.
Yeah.
You know, it's definitely present.
Yeah.
The futility of watching this episode, you know.
Of watching the episode.
Yeah, and being in the show and watching it.
Yeah.
Wait,
It's
do you
just-
think you're being in the show?
Well, when you're watching it, you're like in it.
Yeah.
You know.
You are in it.
Yeah.
And
What do
you
you mean
feel
by-
as though in this episode, you feel as though you're in that, and probably the most enormous like foyer
Yes.
of a restaurant
Certainly.
that I've ever seen.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
it does start to kind of get you thinking, oh, perhaps there'd be more tables available if they
Not only that, but apartments in New York.
Right.
Sure. Yeah.
It's
You
a
know, there's
huge. That's a lot of real estate to
is-
use for a foyer.
Yeah.
You know, I hear it's crazy up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, or over there,
Mm-hmm.
or out there, wherever it is. They don't have enough space on those islands
No.
out there. So,
Yeah.
they're getting good use out of that space.
Yes.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah, it's a restaurant that is really designed for
Mhm.
three people to spend a lot of time
Time in
in,
it.
Right.
and kind of taking up space. And there's
Mhm.
like a little kind of island of seating
But see,
for them there.
yeah.
that would make sense though if you're gonna drive. You make it look like everyone wants to get into this restaurant.
Yeah.
You get a big waiting space. People can wait.
Yeah.
So you limit. It's like you reduce the supply, so that
So
it
then-
seems more
Yeah.
valuable.
Yeah.
Seems
That's where
Scarcity.
price-
That's
That's where price comes in.
Unless
baby.
you're the guy who could have been played by Christopher Walken who comes in.
Yes.
I was like, this could be Christopher Walken would have
Mr.
been
Cohen.
great at this part. The guy
Yeah.
who
He's
comes
always
in.
here.
He always here.
Yeah.
always
he
here.
always here. Now, do you think that particular accent and voice
Mhm.
is that something that's probably something the actor wanted to bring to that character, right?
Yes.
Okay. You think so?
It's not something that like Larry David and
Yeah.
Jerry were sitting there like
Yeah.
doing the lines that way.
Right.
They had written the lines just completely normally.
right.
Mr.
I've
Cohen,
seen that guy in
he
other
is
stuff.
always here in
Yeah,
this restaurant.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Cohen? He is always here.
Yeah.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Well, I've seen that guy in other stuff, and he's often talking like that.
Really.
Right.
Yeah. Well, he's in
yeah,
Kung
yeah.
Fu Panda,
Oh,
Yeah,
totally.
yeah,
He's the
and he talks like that.
yeah. That's true. People aren't just writing those lines for
He
him. that
also
way.
does a voice in Kung Fu Panda. Like,
Yeah.
I understand what you mean by he's in, but
Yeah.
Well,
I feel like saying I've seen that guy in other things like Kung Fu Panda. That's
It's a little tricky.
that's.
I mean,
he's a bird in
does
Kung
it-
Fu Panda.
does it seem tricky like how you're like, I'm watching a TV show and I'm in it?
No, I mean like you're in
Or-
it. You know, I'm like
Oh,
in it.
that's
You're
what you
drawn
mean.
in.
Come on.
That's what I meant by him. He's
Yeah.
in it.
He is.
Oh, okay. Now I understand. He's in it. Like, come on.
You
Yeah.
can tell that he's into it.
Do you think that Tatiana is maybe the most easily like hated name?
yeah.
If
No.
you want some, I don't know
Yeah.
why. That name is so obnoxious to me.
Okay.
It's a tough one.
It feels so pretentious.
Mhm.
I know that it's probably just like, it's probably
Foreign.
like Eastern European or something.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's yeah.
You know, and yeah, but there is this sense of like,
Yeah.
I don't know why I find it any character that is named that immediate dislike, and I
Yeah.
think that's what they use it for in this.
Yes.
But I don't know.
I think you're
Tatiana.
right. I mean, I think it's it's like it's like someone who would think they're superior.
Which is
Yeah.
worse? Do you think Tatiana is worse than Anastasia? I think
Yes.
Anastasia might
Well,
be worse.
Anastasia, I like more.
Anastasia is one thing. Anastasia is
and
a
that's
different
more
thing.
okay. I was
That's
kind of
a
splitting the
different
difference
thing.
there. You're right.
Yeah.
Anastasia.
It's like those are separate
Yeah.
propositions there
Yeah.
to me. But that's I don't know. I just
yeah.
Rava is also, previously,
Yeah.
that's a pretty good, like, pretentious
It
name.
is, but
Yeah.
it's not as evocative. I agree as Tatiana.
Tatiana. I don't know why.
Tatiana is definitely somebody who has spent significant time in ballet.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
And like in like a
I see
boarding
that.
school
Yeah.
setting
Yeah.
and has like,
so you
Yeah.
can't be poor and have the name Tatiana.
I
No.
don't think you are.
I think they
Okay.
made that illegal.
Yep. I liked anything here. Can I count on you? I like
Yeah,
George
that's good.
promoting that he and Jerry get involved in a serious physical altercation.
Over a phone.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say, what is this the first time George
Yep.
has said we're living in a society here?
Well,
Is it-
notable exclusion. He doesn't say here. He
Yeah.
says we're living in a society.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
And I was
that's
waiting
true.
for the here,
Yep.
but it's not
Right. He
present.
says
It's not here.
we're living in a society, and then he says we need to be civilized. What does he say?
Oh.
Yeah,
I had it.
We're
written
not.
down.
Let's keep moving. We are running
right.
out of time. I enjoyed.
We're
uh,
supposed to act in a civilized way.
Yes, there you go. I liked Elaine going up, and Elaine she says she's not able to bribe people. That's the first thing she does when she goes over to that table when she's been challenged for $50.
Yeah.
Is offer a
Interesting
bribe.
point.
And
true.
also, but the thing I enjoy most about that is I was watching this thinking she is amazingly great at ventriloquism.
Yeah.
And
She's so
that was
amazing.
like the first several times I've seen this episode, I was like, wow, she's great. And then I realized, oh, they're clearly just ADR.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally.
just
yes.
100%
You
ADRing
can,
her.
yeah. I watched it with headphones
Yeah.
on.
And
Yeah.
You can hear
You can hear
the
difference.
transition.
But
It's
obviously
totally
on a television
can also
set of
hear-
the time,
Exactly.
you wouldn't be able to.
And also
David.
Larry David as one
Yes.
of the people at the
Yeah.
table.
What
Yep.
is she saying?
Yeah.
I said
I said-
LD voice after egg roll bet,
Yep.
and that
Oh.
is
LDADR.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
LDADR.
hmm
Jerry has a sister.
Jerry has a sister. This is maybe the only
Jerry has a sister. It is the only
the
reference.
only reference to that. Did you check?
I
that?
looked.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
looked into it. Only reference.
Josh, you just said that Elaine says that she can't bribe, but then she goes over and offers a bribe.
Mhm.
So what, you think offering a bribe is the same as successfully bribing?
Right. She says, "Oh, I can't do that. It's a guy thing. I can't."
She
bribe."
won't even
But she-
attempt it.
But she was just bribing.
Right.
Just trying to
I'm
bribe.
not saying she successfully bribed.
Okay. I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Both. I did want to mention that George talks about how the only excuse that Tatiana
Right.
would have accepted
Yes.
is that he was Batman and he just saw the bat signal.
Right.
And I think that that's kind of absurd because, like, Bruce Wayne isn't bald.
That's true.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
She's not going to buy that
he
either.
couldn't be Batman.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
It's sort of a moot point, George.
like, what do you, yeah.
Yeah.
She's not going to see you and then go, oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
You're Batman.
You're-
Right.
Even if you actually are, you don't look like him.
Right.
Right. Well, I mean, maybe. Like, she wouldn't know who Batman is.
And, okay.
But I'm just saying, George should know.
Who Batman is.
That's a
That's
good
Bruce
question.
Wayne.
It really does raise some impenetrable kind of quandaries, like because in a world where Batman exists,
Right.
you wouldn't know who his alter ego is, so you wouldn't be able to have a problem with the fact that he doesn't look like Bruce Wayne.
But
and
he
also,
also doesn't look like Bruce Wayne.
like blowing your cover to get out of
Yeah.
eating donuts.
Yeah.
That's
Well, I
what
would
a
say-
crazy
I would
gamble.
say craven degradation of another human being.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
There's
Yes.
Definitely.
Is that the
That's what I would prefer.
okay. I like that.
ways.
Wait. Craven degradation.
Yeah, like
Okay.
degrading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah.
No, I appreciate
without
that.
without care or
Right.
any sort of concern.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, that does sound like when you say it, it sounds like
Yeah.
Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
that's a good point.
Maybe there was a character in Batman called Craven Degradation.
Craven. Oh no, Craven degradation's back.
Yeah. But that's just like he's not the villain.
He got out of the
Yeah.
prison.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's just
He's free.
He's the warden.
he's just a con
He's
trying
the
to get his
warden
life
of-
together.
When I was young, I saw this episode.
This was
and
my first Seinfeld episode I ever saw.
Did-
all the way
was
through.
it?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
I remember
Yeah.
watching it and thinking, this is my first Seinfeld episode that I've ever watched.
That is
Wow.
really funny.
Because people talked about Seinfeld.
Yeah.
When I heard him say, when he was talking about being with Tatiana,
Mhm.
about to, participate in mutual craven degradation.
Yes.
Sure.
And he said that there was this impending intestinal requirement
yeah.
that I was like,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is a useful,
Sure.
that is a useful term. That is a wonderful way of putting that. And then when Jerry says this would only happen to you, as he's describing the situation, I think that is one of the, I think they're trying to give George too much
Yes.
of his idiosyncrasy.
Right.
Yes.
I'm like, no, this is
Yeah.
this is
Clearly
clearly something.
Part
This
of
is
the
clearly an
success of
issue.
the show is
Yes.
that
It's
people are like
relatable.
relating to
Right.
George,
Yeah.
clearly,
Yeah.
but obviously they're not going to necessarily. They also want you to feel special for relating.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah.
One other thing, general note,
Hmm.
unless you guys want to dig more into that.
No,
No.
I'm done with that.
Okay. One thing that this show does great, other shows do it too, but I really like it in this show. I feel like they do it expertly, is the two conversations happening at the same time.
Mhm.
Like they're just interspersed with each other.
Yeah.
George, and it's great when it's like Jerry and Elaine having their conversation, their
Mhm.
discussion over his uncle.
Yeah.
What he should have done with his uncle
Yeah.
or not. And then George just dealing with a social
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
I was like,
Monomaniacally just keeps coming back to
he's kind of just having
Yeah.
a situation with someone else to the side,
Yeah.
and he keeps coming back to
Yeah.
refer to them, and they're just like, they don't really answer sometimes.
Yeah.
It's just him like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And I was like, that is so good.
It's
It
really
happened-
good.
I haven't really it's something I've enjoyed before, but I never really it hasn't crystallized like it
Mhm.
did for me this time.
Yeah.
and I was like, I really
It's
appreciate
very
it.
good.
Well, that's pretty much it. I do enjoy Elaine falling apart and going, what is this?
Mhm.
Is this where am I? Is this a dream? That putting it into those terms is really entertaining.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that. That's like an existential crisis.
Yeah, that you have to
Oh,
wait
yeah.
for your
Yeah.
food.
Yeah.
It's real though. I mean, that's also relatable.
absolutely.
It's a relatable.
She plays.
experience.
I was gonna say, Julia Louis-Dreyfus plays hungry very well, and I was
Mhm.
just wondering if maybe she has experience with
She's
it.
been hungry.
She can be sad.
Yeah.
She can be happy, but can she play hungry?
Hungry.
You know, that's
Yeah,
the true
that's
test
good.
of an actor.
I was like, maybe it's method too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just get a
Maybe
little bit
She was
hungry.
like not going to crafty at all.
Yeah. Staying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keeping away from crafty.
Oh no, I'm avoiding crafty today because I have to be hungry in the
Yes.
episode.
For the episode.
The episode requires me to be hungry.
That's what I do for our episodes.
You always come in hungry.
Yeah, come in
Yeah.
hungry.
Yeah.
Not thirsty,
Yeah.
No.
hungry.
Just hungry.
And you don't eat anything on the show and you leave full.
That's right. It's weird how that happens.
Yeah.
That's performance for Caleb is nutrition.
Yeah. Sustenance. It is sustenance.
Okay. Guys, let's get to our final thoughts. We are at time already, so let's keep that short. Final
All right.
thoughts, Caleb.
My final thoughts are I really enjoyed the episode. One thing that really bothered me is George just doesn't use a cell phone or even ask anyone to use a cell phone. So
Not invented.
Weird oversight. What? No, those cell phones were invented.
No.
cell phones were around.
They were invented.
Cell phones came out in 2007.
Well, you're wrong about that.
Okay.
But
Well,
so
I'm not
that's
sure. I'm not.
huge.
Wet Lime Gang, can you let us know if cell phones existed before
He just doesn't
2007?
even think to talk about them
Yeah.
or do anything with them. He's
Yeah.
so focused on this one phone. And I'm like,
Yeah.
probably someone nearby
Yeah.
must
well,
have a cell
and
phone.
the concierge maitre
Yeah.
d
Yeah.
host has a phone.
He's definitely got a phone back
he did.
there.
He we see him use it.
Yeah, that's right. So
Cause
anyway,
ride.
yes,
Yeah.
that's
Um,
right.
yeah.
That's right. So that for me is a skippable offense.
Yep. Skippable. Gabe.
No Kramer. No reason.
No
Skip
Kramer. Skip it. And actually, what I was going to say is what both of you guys said. So that's perfect.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
Guys, let's listen to a song. This song is called Waves of Blood.
Whoa.
Jerry and George doing roundhouse kicks. Jerry and George wielding chains as whips. They're breaking noses and kicking in teeth. They crush windpipes, send mom to grief. They can't stop you, can't stop them. They can't stop you, can't stop them. Garbage men can't stop their murder spree. No cops here to squash the vigilantes. They got started and now they can't stop. Stepping on faces just to see skulls pop. Waves of blood in the city streets. George has a chainsaw and Jerry's Don Cleese. Gallons of blood run into the sewer. Jerry and George on a doomsday tour.
Wow.
damn.
Excellent.
I was waiting for that. They can't stop.
To come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that
Okay,
part a
that's
lot.
good.
Leave
That's
them wanting
good.
more, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I like that.
No. Put it in there.
That's the song. And of course, that is inspired by George proposing to Jerry that maybe that Jerry would have George's back if anything's going to happen.
Okay.
So there. Let's get to our next segment. It's called The Mail Never Stops. Jerry.
Jerry. The mail never stops, Jerry.
Guys, we have really just one message this week. Jick Tarwell from Bastard, Kentucky writes, why in episode do Jerry not ever say, bring out Snapping Turtle? If I kill Snapping Turtle, give me table. That is what the law say.
Wow, Jack. It's a real different. It's real different times.
Wow, I was
Well-
not prepared for this one.
No, that's
I really wasn't.
I every week I feel like wow, I'm not gonna be like you get to a point when you're hearing stuff from
Yeah.
Jick where you're like, Well, it's always surprising, so it's not going to be surprising,
Right.
but it's always
It's always
it
kinda
is always
surprising.
surprising.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, apparently in his situation,
Yeah.
if you're waiting for a table, you just ask them to bring out the snapping turtle. And then if you can kill the snapping turtle, you get a
Right.
table. I don't know.
I was just about to say we should figure out where Jick lives, but I just remembered that he's in Bastard,
Kentucky.
Right.
Yeah.
It's right there. That's
Yeah.
a good question. Maybe he doesn't know about the snapping turtle,
Yeah.
custom.
Yeah. Or it's, I mean,
Tradition?
he says it's the law. The law say that.
Well,
I mean,
honestly, for me, I've actually dealt with a snapping turtle before,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and I had to. Well, okay, I came across a snapping turtle
Listen.
that had been run over.
Yeah.
Its shell was broken.
Yeah.
I was trying to help the guy out by killing him.
Yeah.
And
A mercy
it
killing.
was not easy to do.
Yeah.
It was incredibly difficult.
Yeah.
I don't like to kill animals, but we did get that in there this episode. We hadn't
Sure.
talked about it
Right.
at all.
We hadn't.
We've kind
Yeah.
of been laying
We don't like
off
to
the
kill animals. We love talking about it.
It comes up quite a bit, but that I would, if I was Jerry and that was the law,
Mhm.
I wouldn't do it either
Yeah.
because
Not
I don't
worth
think
it.
I could win.
Yeah.
In the time that I would want.
Truly.
Yeah.
It wouldn't
Truly.
make getting the table faster.
Is it a
Yeah.
juvenile snapping turtle? Do we
Oh,
know
good
the
point.
age, the size? I mean, those things are powerful. They are bigger than you think in
Yes.
person.
Yeah.
Also,
They're way
so
big.
take all of those things into consideration. If you're desperate enough, I could see how if I was Jerry, I might say bring out snapping turtle, but
Yeah.
he just might not have been aware, Jick, and that's really the end of it. I mean,
Yeah.
for me,
Yeah.
Yeah.
he just might not have been known.
Well, Jerry's not some kind of lawyer.
Yeah,
He
right.
doesn't
And
know
in
the
some
law
cases,
code
ignorance of
inside and out.
of that stuff is kind of like it's an acceptable excuse.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
But I don't know. Sorry, Jick.
That's okay. Jick will be fine. Guys, that's the end of our episode. Thanks so much for watching. Across the board, you can find us on various platforms as Everybody Loves Seinfeld, 1S. Subscribe, follow, comment, all that stuff. Subscribe to the Substack. We really let you down this last week, but we'll do better in the future. Or probably the last 2 weeks by the time this episode comes out. Send us an email. Right to everybodylovesseinfeld@gmail.com. Looking for advertisers, so send us an email about advertising. Bye, Jerry.
Bye, Jerry.
Bye, Jerry.